Dad is a crazy person. That's a crazy person.
Who says that you can't color coordinate?
That is a lot of big words that ignore the main problem. It's a spectrum of characteristics that are bimodal in their distribution. Why are they bimodal in their distribution? Why? Because you're a scary, crazy person.
Remember when TikTok was just for dance trends and lip syncing? Those days are long gone. Now it's become a battleground for social justice warriors pushing increasingly outlandish ideas. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. That's why we're here. In this video, Ben Shapiro's taking on the most insane woke TikToks so you don't have to.
Have you ever watched a TikTok? TikToks.
TikToks.
Do you like watching TikToks? TikToks.
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 I want to go home.
TikToks forever.
No.
Forever.
No.
Within TikToks, interlinked forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Whether you're a concerned parent, a confused student, or just someone trying to make sense of the world, this breakdown is for you. Let's cut through the noise and get to the truth together.
You guys apparently want my producers to torture me with woke TikTok videos, and so now we have to do that again for your sporting pleasure.
Alright, let's talk about the latest TikTok madness. A medical school professor, yeah, you heard that right, is out here claiming biological sex is just a construct.
If you don't know me,
I don't.
I am a medical school professor specializing in molecular biology. I also have an extensive background in gender studies and queer studies. The idea of sex as an immutable characteristic is a turf talking point. They are not immutable characteristics.
Yes, they
Almost
are.
all of those characteristics can be changed through hormones or through surgery.
Really?
It's been around for decades, and it's been weaponized against trans women in particular in the fashion of, oh, but you will always be male and therefore invading female spaces.
Can you believe it? This isn't some random teenager spouting nonsense. It's someone who's supposed to be teaching our future doctors. Now, if this idea catches on, it's gonna turn society upside down. Think about it. Sports, healthcare, even basic biology classes, all thrown into chaos. But here's the thing. This prof is ignoring some pretty basic facts about how life works.
Okay, first of all, deep voice.
Why are you so f***ing ugly, bro?
This is literally an argument that gets trans women killed and is the thing that people are using to tell us that we can't change our birth certificates, right? Stop. Sex as it pertains to humans is a construct.
Sex is a
set
construct.
of Spectrum variables with bimodal distribution that we draw an arbitrary set of boundaries around.
Are you stupid or something?
Ben Shapiro's not having any of it. He breaks it down real simple. Biological sex is all about gametes. You know, those cells that make babies happen. If you're making big ones, eggs, you're female. Small ones, sperm, you're male. It's not rocket science, folks. And it's not just humans. Look at the animal kingdom. Take peacocks. The males are strutting around with those fancy feathers, while the females are all brown and boring. Or how about fish? In some species, the males and females look so different you'd think they weren't even related. That's sexual dimorphism for you, and it's all about making sure the next generation happens.
That is a lot of big words that ignore the main problem. It's a spectrum of characteristics that are bimodal in their distribution. Why are they bimodal in their distribution? Why?
But here's where it gets wild. If we're throwing basic biology out the window, what's next? Gravity? The Earth being round? Maybe tomorrow some TikTok genius will tell us that photosynthesis is just a social construct and trees are actually powered by good vibes. Shapiro's not pulling any punches. He hits them with the cold, hard truth. You can't grow a uterus or create eggs. Boom, end of story. Sure, you can change how you look on the outside, but your basic biology, that's set in stone. So here we are living in a world where even the most basic facts about life are up for debate. If biological sex is on the chopping block, what's next? The existence of oxygen? The fact that water is wet? Buckle up, folks. It's gonna be a wild ride. From debating biology to whatever this is, imagine Batman's Bane decided to raid a craft store and preach about love. Sound crazy? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. This TikTok takes woke to a whole new level of weird. So picture this, a TikToker decked out in a glittery Bane-like mask, looking like they just stumbled out of a disco ball factory. And what's their grand message? Something about caring and looking cute. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like someone mashed up a superhero villain with a kindergarten art project and sprinkled in some half-baked activism. Now, you'd think someone talking about caring would, I don't know, maybe not look like they're about to rob a Swarovski store? But nope, apparently nothing says I care like blinding your audience with enough glitter to make a unicorn jealous.
A very glittery version of Bane.
It's the kind of visual that makes you wonder if your eyes are playing tricks on you. Ben Shapiro's reaction? He's not impressed, to say the least. He finds the whole thing completely unhinged. And can you blame him? There's this massive disconnect between the presenter's words and their look. It's like they're trying to have a serious conversation while wearing a clown costume. How are we supposed to take this serious? You gotta wonder what's going through this TikToker's mind. Are they genuinely trying to spread a message about caring? Or is this some kind of avant-garde performance art that's flying way over our heads?
Dad is a crazy person. That's a crazy person.
Who says that you can't color coordinate?
Maybe they think the glitter will hypnotize us into agreeing with whatever they're saying. Shapiro's take on this glittery spectacle? He says, the whole vibe screams, please don't argue with me. And he's got a point. It's hard to engage in any kind of meaningful debate when you're distracted by a human disco ball.
So I just got out of the library. I have to go try to pick up some fruit. I was like, oh, your mask is so cute. And I'm like, thanks. Trying to be safe and look good, right?
Fail.
But who says that we cannot care for each other and look cute at the same time?
It's like they're using all this visual noise to shield themselves from any real criticism or discussion. So what are we supposed to take away from this masked crusader's glittery sermon? Are we living in a world where the loudest, shiniest voice wins no matter what they're actually saying? It's getting harder to tell what's real activism and what's just attention-seeking nonsense wrapped up in a shiny package.
I mean, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm kind of like, also, look at the shirt, y'all. Come on. It's amazing. Librarian, and then one of the other, like, patrons coming into the library. So let me fix this.
What's happening?
So we've seen some pretty wild stuff today, huh? From denying basic biology to glittery masked crusaders preaching about caring. It's like TikTok's become a breeding ground for the craziest ideas out there. And you know what? That's dangerous. These woke facts spread like wildfire, and before you know it, people are buying into all sorts of nonsense. It's not just silly dance trends anymore. This stuff can actually mess with people's heads. So here's the deal. Don't just swallow everything you see on social media. Use your brain, question things, look stuff up. Remember, just because someone's got a fancy title or a flashy costume doesn't mean they're right. Do your own research, folks. Don't let TikTok turn your brain to mush. As Ben would say, stay sane out there, folks. It's a crazy world, but you don't have to be part of the insanity.